we're going to show some musical examples of a black hole that are slightly different from the usual kind of ambient bloom that we showed with the guitar example when we went through all the different controls. So I've got this quickly knocked up this acid kind of track. And what I'm going to focus on first, black hole has really become a bit of a secret weapon in Hollywood with all kinds of sound effects, and it can really be creative if you use automation. I'm just going to use this reverse crash as an example. If I solo this, you'll see it's got a smallish kind of size reverb on there. It doesn't really sound very musical, but what we can do, if I show you the example of black hole we've got here, is I've got the gravity quite far up and the mix quite far up. There's no pre-delay. I've just taken out some of the low end and accentuated some of the highs to suit the source material, and we've got some modulation going on to make the tail a bit random. And what I'm going to do is just increase this size. You'll see how creative this can be. If I go into the clip automation here, you'll see black hole and size. And what I'm going to do, start off here and just do a rise, and of course continue that on. And what we should get is the size of the reverb increasing throughout our reverse cymbal. And around again. Okay, so you can see one excellent creative usage. It's almost like when you're messing around with a tape delay, how it changes pitch and all the kinds of pitch perception psychoacoustic effects when you mess around with the size of black hole. Okay, now moving on to the next example, we've got this 303, and one of the things that I really want to show is that it's not just great for long, huge spaces. You can really get creative if you get right down to a minimum size. You can go to -10 on the size here. And let me just demonstrate this in our acid line. So at the moment we've got the mix right down, and as I bring it in, you'll see what can happen with a really short, small size. And it's adding like a resonant harmonic layer over the top of our acid line, just bringing in another dimension. This could be great for if you wanted to, in your song development, you wanted to add something to the acid line in your second half of your track or whatever. Just introduce this. We've got pre-delay synced to the tempo of the DAW. And the resonance here is what's doing the magic. It's dependent on having these low and high settings quite moderate. So that's another example that we have in this track. And if I just play that. Just adds another interesting layer there. Okay, and if we go to our kick, you'll also hear how you can get a really nice kind of boomy sound on the kick. See the overflow warning light has come on there, so we just take that down a touch. And this is without. And I know a lot of budding techno producers always want to know how to get that rumble on their kick drums. Well, black hole on a small size setting and 100% minus on gravity. And the key here is having the pre-delay synced to eighth notes of the tempo of the DAW, so you get that kind of repeating. That is fantastic. If we mess with the gravity here, you get the straightforward kind of like a delay using that pre-delay, but what we want is this kind of whooshing, almost like a sidechain compressor kind of feel. If you tame that down, Notice the difference there. Okay, so that's another example of using the short stuff, and I've just got one more example, I believe. Yep, on the ride. Let's just very simple ride there. Again, going to the minimum into the negatives on the size and syncing the pre-delay. If you listen to this in a track, if you wanted like a more intense kind of section with your ride starting to get more pronounced in the mix. So there you go. We've covered Blackhole using the lovely ambient washes that it's really renowned for, and the kind of Hollywood style sound effect style, but also don't overlook the incredibly creative effects you can get with small sizes and playing around with the EQs, resonance, and forward and reverse gravity.
Thanks everybody for watching, commenting, and indeed liking. We really do appreciate all the support we get here on our Sonic Academy YouTube channel. So if you found this video super useful, please, we'd love you to hit the subscribe button. We update the YouTube channel every week with new content. And if you want to watch some more relevant content, just click on the videos beside me.